Here we come. Ready or not. Well, better late than never, right? So, thank you, Ann. That's awfully nice of you. If the Saints aren't playing, I guess I'm not real excited about the Super Bowl anyway. But we kind of wondered if the Super Bowl would interfere with our the numbers watching, and I don't know, we'll see. According to Wirecast, we're up to 27 already, so that's pretty cool. The hardcore homestead community probably is not all that interested in football. So we are running late. Story of our life, but today we just blew in from Jackson.
We had a real good excuse to be a little
late. We had a real good excuse today. We had a birthday celebration today for not one, but two of our kids. Chelsea and Corey shared the same birth date of February the 5th. And I've often said that I would love to find a statistician, a stat geek, to figure out the odds against what I'm about to explain to you happening. Both of our children, so Chelsea and Corey are 5 years apart?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Corey's 20, Chelsea's turning 25 today?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got so many kids I can't keep up with it. But
oh, yeah.
So they're 5 years apart, all right? And they were both born on the same date, February 5th. But get this, in both of their cases, it was their due date.
Yeah.
So I would just have to guess that the odds against two kids in the same family having 5 years apart, having the same due date, and then also actually being born on that date would have to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, and of course the other two were late, so we only have 4 kids. But two of the 4 were born on their due date, which was the same day, February 5th.
Yeah, pretty incredible. So we had a nice afternoon up there with them at the Crazy Ninja. And we actually had a group photo, but I've got this little thing that happens with me on Wirecast every so often, and it happened, unfortunately, with this photo and a couple others we wanted to share with you today, where when I import them into Wirecast, they're like upside down, and I can't figure out how to flip them in Wirecast. I can figure out how to flip them on their axis, but that doesn't do any good. So if you're looking at the picture like this and you want to flip it horizontally, I can make it do this, where you're looking at just a skinny line, or that, where you're looking at just a skinny line, but I can't make it go like that. And if it's upside down, I can't make it flip up right. All I can see is one line or the other, or the picture upside down.
We can still show them the picture, can't we?
Well, I didn't. Yeah, probably. I've still got it. Oh. Yeah, I can still pull it in. Hang on just a second. I'll do that.
Everybody can just turn their head,
Yeah, just won't keep your head there too long, because
there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Here's our picture.
So everybody cock your head to the left.
To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
There we are.
And there's Chelsea, second from the bottom, and Corey up there at the top. And so we went to a gravity-free restaurant.
Yeah.
There's no gravity in this restaurant.
And of course we're up in Jackson, so I did run through Sam's and pick up a couple of items.
So I'm gonna go ahead.
You can't shop. I'm like, I'm good with that.
I'll go ahead and move that before anybody gets a crick in their neck.
Yeah.
And,
somebody asked, I guess Susan's asking me, natural birth control. I'd say yes. Yeah.
Yeah, or not. I mean, I don't know what. Yeah, but.
Yeah, natural birth control would be the right answer.
Yeah. Okay. I just won't touch that anymore.
Yeah. Good idea.
Probably a good idea. Huh? Yeah. So. What else?
Mother Minnie Horses said that her mother had 3 within 2 days, years apart. Right, 3 in 2 days, years apart. They were years apart, but 3 of them were born within 2 days.
Wow, that's pretty good timing.
Yeah. Well, all of mine, I have January, February, March, and then back to February for the baby.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So we were going for a whole calendar, but then we decided that's enough.
You decided that's enough.
Yeah. Speaking of that, that's a good segue. Speaking of that, okay. Speaking of that, we decided it was enough. There are some people who don't decide that it's enough, and that's fine, and we celebrate that.
Yep.
And so yesterday we had a wedding out in the middle of the country in Mississippi, middle of nowhere, Mississippi, and a beautiful little church. It turns out our pastor was married there. What did they say? 37 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went there for a wedding, and we weren't surprised at some of the attendees of the wedding because we know that the family, on the bride's side of the family, are familiar with and have a meaningful relationship with a family that you may recognize, some of you. And Patty finally worked up the courage to go speak to.
Courage. I just hated to bombard.
Yeah,
her.
That's right. It wasn't the courage.
I know everywhere she goes, people want to take pictures with her and meet her, but I finally said, well, I'll regret it. So, because I really look up to Michelle a lot, and if y'all don't know, they had a show called 19 Kids and Counting. They actually have 19 kids, and and they definitely use natural birth control. No birth control. So.
Oh, Susan, by the way, said natural birth. The answer to that is no.
Nope.
Other than the fact, it was natural to the point where Patty did not have a cesarean.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
yeah.
So
but
Patty,
anyway, I was glad to get to meet Michelle, and just told her that my kids especially have enjoyed, and I have too, get able to watch their kids grow up and see some of the same values we have expressed on television, because there's not a lot of shows hardly any shows on TV that you can watch that promote wholesome living and our beliefs. And we also got to meet Jana. This is, I think, her oldest daughter.
I think so. Yeah, I think Jana is the oldest daughter.
But anyway, but they're very, very sweet people, and real, just like me and you. They're just regular people, very kind people.
And so gracious, and of course everybody, just kind of, when I would see them somewhere in the building, I never saw like a bunch of people gang, so everybody was respectful of their time, and they were there not because of some kind of promotion or anything. They were there because they're friends with their family, and but I had a chance to meet Jim Bob. I didn't get a picture, just that's the dad, and just shook his hand, thanked him for his family's witness, and just such gracious and real people, they seem to be. In fact, Patty was saying that Michelle seemed to her a little bit more outgoing or something in person even than she is on TV.
Yeah, very much so.
So that was cool, and Tomas didn't quite know what to think, but anyway.
Tomas just likes pretty girls, so he was mesmerized by the bride. So we think he maybe thought she was a princess because he just went to Disney World last month.
He just came back from Disney not long ago, so he's like, Patty spoke to Lana, the bride, and then got ready to move, and Tomas was holding Patty's hand and said, I don't want to walk away.
He want to stay near the bride.
That's a direct quote. I don't want to walk away, and so he got to hug her, and you could tell his little eyes were twinkling, and she was lovely, and the dress was similar in shape. I mean, it wasn't like a princess dress. It was a
wedding dress, but it
was a simple design, but it she stood out, obviously.
Yeah.
And I could see where she looked like a princess, and so.
Yeah, Kitty, I miss getting to see it too. I do watch Counting On, the older girl show. We have that, so we do watch that. But I do miss seeing all the updates of the whole family. So anyway, so that was yesterday, and today we've just had a very busy weekend. We didn't. Oh yeah, you've got pictures we didn't put up either of what we did yesterday morning. We had a very busy day yesterday morning. We actually slaughtered more pigs. And
yeah, but I don't think
you put that on Instagram.
Yeah, so it didn't really save it. I don't think. Maybe it did. I might have already deleted it.
Susan, it was a friend of ours from church. Her son got married yesterday, and so that's the wedding we went to. So, but
yeah, nobody in our family.
Yeah, nobody in our family yet, but maybe soon we'll have wedding bells. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
But
Yeah, we had another You Skin 'em day.
Yeah.
I think it was last week we had, was it? That was last week,
Saturday,
yeah. So 2 Saturdays in a row. You know, I think I told this joke where, you know, vegetable farms will have a You Pick 'em, where you come and pick your own vegetables. Well, we've developed a You Skin 'em operation here. And I'm happy to report that we ended up yesterday, we processed 2 pigs. They did. I showed them how we do it, and two young boys.
Yeah, as a friend from our homeschool group, she has 2 boys that are just a little younger than Corey, but they grew up together. They're really good friends and outdoorsy. That, you know, they've cleaned rabbits before and chickens and stuff like that, so they are not new to slaughtering animals, but they've never done a pig.
Yeah.
So
and again, you know, for those of you watching, you may not be aware, we don't do that thing I can't pronounce, charcuterie or whatever. We're not processing them the proper way. We're going to do that. Andy wants to come do it.
Yeah.
A local chef friend of ours
Yeah.
wants to come do it with a video to show people how to maximize the carcass of a hog and get the cuts that you're familiar with, pork chops and, you know, all that kind of stuff. We process them like a deer, you know, because we grind them up a lot and things of that nature. So
I mean, with a deer, I do deer roast, and that's the same thing I've done with the bigger pigs. We'll get a roast off of them and everything. So.
Plus, the American guinea hogs are so small when you process them. The pork chops that you get are tiny.
We've just been cutting out the tenderloin and make like little breakfast chops.
They're delicious now. They're the best thing you ever put in your mouth, but they're not, you know.
They're not this big. They're this big.
Yeah, they're small. But one of the cool things about Corbin and Zach, who were here skinning the pigs for their family, is that they use knives that they made themselves.
That's right. Oh, that's why I wish we had a picture we could show on.
Yeah, I don't.
We'll get a picture for next week. How about that?
I'll try to remember. I'll try to remember to do that. But they do. They've got a forge at their home, and they do quite a bit of blacksmithing and make some pretty impressive looking
very
knives.
Nice.
And they don't look like the finished kind of knives that are mass produced. They're heavy steel and
they're carbon steel.
They're carbon steel, and but they fashion the handles very functional, and you know, some interesting designs. And boy, they're sharp. You know, they sharpen them well. They look, you know, some of them look maybe like something out of the Lord of the Rings, that you might see, and because they also put designs into the metal, and it's really fantastic, and it was just neat to watch them pull out their handmade skinning knives, you know, and do the work. So, and I'm happy to report that we processed those 2, and then another friend of ours came and bought 3, and we, you know, and left with 4.
Yes. But no. Got to have an extra, so.
Yeah, well, they got me back, though, because they told us in church this morning that one of them escaped. Well, they all escaped.
Yeah.
And one of them was murdered. They heard a shot in the woods, and to make a long story short, they found out a little while later through the grapevine that somebody that one of the neighbors had shot a black wild hog running through the woods. So they didn't say anything. Our friends who got the pigs, they didn't say anything. And the husband was quick thinking enough to write up this thing. I wish I had it. I wish I'd have got Sally to send it to me.
Yeah.
They wrote up this poster that said $2,500 reward for the return of our grand champion, you know,
American guinea hog.
Blah, 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 blah. And
her name is Lily or something.
Yes, her name is whatever. It you know, amazing. And then went and stuck it in that dude's mailbox.
And put one up at the little store.
And put one up at the little store because they know that guy goes in that store all the time. So, to my knowledge, they haven't heard yet from the guy, but, you know, his knees are going to get weak.
And I told Sally, I said, I hope they at least eat it. Because we sent her a couple that were a decent size, too. And she says, oh, yeah, they'll eat it. They'll probably have a barbecue down at the store. And she said, I'm going because I'm getting some of my pig. So.
Yeah. And they made sure to not put their own phone number on there, I guess because the guy would recognize it. They put somebody else's phone number.
I think that was just part of the joke, all of it, to have people calling him.
Oh, so they played a joke on the 2 parties by putting another guy's phone number on it. That's even better.
That man is going to die.
So brilliant stuff. So.
Hey, I want to tell you this. A few people have said, you don't have to scroll back up, that they have a hard time finding the live show sometimes, even though they do a reminder thing. And somebody said that's why they're always a little late, because they have a hard time finding it. So I don't know. What that means.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. You can. I guess I need to do a video about. Well, you said you're getting notifications. It should. If you click the notification, if you go up, there should be a little bell somewhere. I don't know where. Yeah, like up at the.
Hey Tams and bye Tams if you're going.
Oh, hey Tams, bye Tams.
Well, I don't know. She said she had to go, so.
Okay. Southern lady Darlene said she wasn't notified either. Her phone calendar didn't even go off. I don't know. I got sometimes I set these events up a couple of weeks in advance, and just to save me time on days like today when we're like running in the door at 4:45 p.m. our time with 15 minutes to go. But I know, maybe, I hope you know about it, but up at the top right-hand corner of the watch page on a laptop anyway, there's a little notification bell, and you can click on it to make sure you get all notifications from us. Also, a video that I've got to make is that I'm using this thing called Send Calendar. And I'll try to make sure that I put the link in the description of this video. It's not in there at the moment, I don't think. But you can actually click on that link, and it'll take you to a page where you can subscribe to our events in your own calendar, whether you use, it's not all options available, but it works with Apple Calendar, it works with Google Calendars, it works with Outlook.com calendars and regular Outlook calendars. So if you use any of those four, you can put it in your own calendar, and every time, and it updates itself. Every time I add an event to my Send Calendar account, it will automatically update on your local calendar if you use one of those four services. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. We normally, it may have something to do with the fact that I use the events. I set up an event. We don't just jump on and go live.
Yeah, well, but somebody said that they think it may be a YouTube issue, because they said, I can't see it right now, but said that sometimes, it was the mama cat, said sometimes she gets the notification after it's over, or sometimes in the middle of the show. So it could be a YouTube issue too. And
could be.
And somebody said here, Kitty said that YouTube is still having subscriber issues.
Yeah.
So
I think they're working through some stuff.
But
I think they're working through some stuff.
But do let us know if it's something that continues to happen, because maybe we can see if we can do something different or something.
Yeah, keep us posted on that.
Yeah.
Send me an email to.
Okay, and Mark just said he found the notification bell, so that's good.
Okay, good.
So,
and I'll do a video on the notification bell, and I've been meaning to do a video on Send Calendar, to demonstrate with screenshots and all how to do that. It's very simple. Mm-hmm. When you follow the link, it's kind of self-explanatory. And help me remember to put the calendar in the link of this video.
Okay.
I need to put them in all of our videos.
Yeah.
So, because we definitely want you guys to be able to see it. And look, we're hovering around 69, 70 folks who don't give a hoot about football. How about that?
Woohoo! A lot of people said that on there. You didn't see that. And hello to everybody. A lot of people have jumped on.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And we're glad y'all are all here. One thing that, we got the pork back last week, and Tommy, was it last week? Or week before last, and Tommy traveled a lot this past week. And so, but I did get to make some pork deliveries. Well, we actually made them, Friday evening, once he got home.
I think so, yeah.
We made some, or we sold some pork, let me put it that way. And so I'm excited about that. We've just about we paid about half of what it cost us to have them processed. Of course, that don't pay for the cost of the pigs, but I'm happy with that.
We made about half of what it cost to process.
Yeah. So we're excited about that. And so we need to have some more sales come through, but
and we will.
Yeah, we will.
We've got a newsletter kind of thing to the people to our normal clientele. Mm-hmm. I think there's about right in the neighborhood of 50 people who routinely buy something from us, eggs or chicken or pork or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I'll resend that email out again in the near future, and we'll sell it. We'll sell it. I don't have any, and if we don't, we'll eat it.
That's right. That's right. You know? I'd like to make back the money we spent on processing, but and I think we will. So
yeah, we will, because there's a few. David, we had heard, David. There's a handful of people who have expressly said, "Hey, let us know when you have the pork. We want some." And we hadn't heard from them yet, and we will. Yeah. So it's just a matter of time. It's not. Ain't nobody gonna get rich selling packaged pork in Mississippi.
No, especially American guinea hog packaged.
Especially American guinea hog packaged. That's right. But they might get fat eating it. Yeah. I don't know. But
and also back to the discussion about the TV and stuff like that. We did away with cable. I guess we've been, well, really we had Dish. But anyway, we've been about a year now without it, and we have the internet. I call it internet TV, where we have Apple TV and Hulu and those kind of things, and so we can download apps and watch different shows. So I really like it. The only thing that I absolutely hate about it is that I used to record anything I ever watched, and I would replay it so I could fast forward through the commercials, and you cannot do that with Hulu and all the different things that the different I don't know, apps. What is it that I watch?
Yeah, it's apps.
So anyway, that's the only thing I don't like about it, but I do like being able to keep up with some of the different shows that I watch, which I don't. It's not a bunch of different ones, so I watch crime shows.
Yeah. Hey, let me hang on, Tina. I got you. Liber lady on the. So I get notifications on my iPhone of when folks go live, and I've got it set. You can determine what kind of notifications you get from each thing that wants to notify you. And on the ones that drop down from the top of my iPhone, boom, a little notification drop down. When it drops down, if I click it, it takes me directly to that video. So I don't know. All right, Tina, you ready? Remember, I'm a paralytic. Remember, I got a paralyzed lip. Pistol packing Patty planting peas. Pistol packing Patty planting peas. Pistol packing Patty planting peas. Pistol packing planting. No. 4. I got 4. How many licks to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? 4. That was a little inside joke. I don't know if y'all saw the video we put up this week. And Patty never considered, it never even gave thought to, she's out there planting.
I was home by myself. I wear my gun.
Yeah, she shot the video, and she's packing her sidearm. And so Tina G, I cracked up laughing. So did Patty when she commented on the video, pistol packing Patty planting peas. Say that 5 times real fast. And I commented back and said, look, with my lip, I can't even say it once. So Tina told me to practice. I practiced, and I got 4, and that ain't bad.
That's pretty good. Woo-hoo. Suburban Hillbilly said, pistol packing Patty processing pigs.
Yeah. That's too much. I'm not even going to try that. So, yeah. I know, Tim. I know. It's 1, and it's not just 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3. 3.
Oh, I remember that commercial.
Isn't that amazing? The power of marketing. Yeah. That has stuck with me all these years. And it's not 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2,
when you just
3.
read it. I mean,
I just saw about. 1. No, it's 1, 2, 3. 3 licks. That's right. Funny. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go see it, Mother Many Horses. It only took her a total of about 25 minutes, and that was even setting up. That count setting up the camera?
No. That's when I actually started the video.
Actually started the video. Mm-hmm. Well, I did have it's just a still shot.
Yeah, but, it really don't have a lot to show on there, but
no,
you can't really even see the wires. I've got 2 T-posts, one end, 2 T-posts at the other, and I planted. That's actually 4 rows. You can to the right, you can kind of see the wire running across.
And if y'all can't tell, Patty's pointing right now for where y'all want. Where she wants you to look at it.
We'll make sure I look in the right place. But anyway, there's 4 rows in there, and 2 rows will grow up the same wire, 2 on each side. So hopefully it won't be too big of issues picking that. I may regret it, and I may not do it like that again, but I'll see. I have planted bush green beans in the box. And I did not like that because I'm really scared of snakes, and they got so full.
Really scared.
Yeah, act like an idiot. But anyway, when I see one, I scream and holler and stuff. But anyway, so, you know, I may not want to do that again, but right now, I still have chickens in the main garden area. So anyway,
Yeah,
my
so
box was the best choice for
so
me.
it took her like 25 minutes to do the whole thing. She just filmed it, filmed it all. And then I just took the video and didn't cut it anywhere. I just, at the places where she wasn't talking, I sped it up, you know. So her 25 minutes of work lasted 6 minutes. I think it's like a 6-minute video, and that includes her, the intro part and the outro part, you know. So those are the alderman peas.
Yep.
So we're planting our alderman peas.
Yeah.
And somebody else is going to have a chance to plant some alderman peas.
That's
because
right.
you may have noticed one of the videos that we
that's
also
right. We
put
did
up
do
this
that.
week was the carousel box, carousel seed box. It was started by Go for Green and Go for Green Living, and ours was people were hunting me down. You know, where's your video? I hadn't. No, they weren't being ugly, but the box came in. And like the day I was leaving to go out of town for a few days, you know, so it was a little bit late getting our video out. But one of the things we put, and if you haven't seen that, what it is Go for Green Living. He basically won a bunch of seeds in some kind of contest. I don't remember now exactly how he won them, but he won a bunch of seeds. So he put some of those in there and a bunch of other stuff, and decided to turn it into a fun thing. And a little contest on his end for his subscribers. And so he sent the box to Big Bear, right? I think he sent it to Big Bear. Yeah. And with the idea being that Jason and Robin would pick 2 or 3 things that they liked and wanted to keep out of the box, and then replace those 2 or 3 things with something that they wanted to share with other people. And so Jason and them did that. They sent the box to Brad and Krista at Big Family. They did their exchange and sent it to Barry up at the Empty Hammock. And I apologize, Barry's wife. Your name has just totally slipped my mind. But he sent it to the Empty Hammock, and they sent it to us, and we sent it to J&J Acres. And Jared, I think, is working on his video right now. I happen to know he's already shot it. And I think he's edited it because he was asking me about, you know, for something a little earlier. And but anyway, we included alderman peas.
That's right, we did.
And so we didn't develop them. They're an old variety of pea. They used to be called telephone pole peas, I think. I think they're from England, which is probably why you call them English peas. But so we did that.
Beverly Family Farm asked, it's Tim Beverly, asked what I was packing in the video, and that's my little 38 that I have.
Yeah, a little Charter Arms 38.
It's blue.
Yeah, it's blue. It's not pink.
No, I'm not a pink person.
I did get one of my daughters a pink one, though. And got my other daughter a purple one, didn't we?
No, we only got one, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. But anyway, so, and she's a better shot than I am.
Me?
Yeah, or used to be anyway.
Yeah, I hate shooting guns, though.
Yeah, well, but she ain't afraid to. Let that be a warning. She ain't afeared. She ain't afeared. I'll promise you that. So there's Jared, J&J. Yeah, that's right. Don't tell anybody. Let everybody. Molly, that's right. Doggone it. Sorry about that, Molly. Barry and Molly at the Empty Hammock. I had Wanda on the brain because to me, Patty disagrees, but to me, Molly reminds me of Wanda.
He said that when I was watching their video.
Yeah,
I said, I don't see it.
Their facial features are the same, and so what that did, I started to say Barry and Wanda, and I said that ain't right. You know, that ain't right. You know, but anyway, let's see what else we had. I don't know if you've been following any of our conversations about our dog Blue, who is the offspring of Duke, who decided one day he wanted to eat my face and kill me. And we've thought about, we're keeping a real close eye on Blue with an eye, whether or not we needed to destroy him or keep him. And and he is just scoring points every day. Sweetest natured little dog and very eager to please. He has shown zero signs of aggression, food aggression. In fact, both 2 Saturdays in a row, while we're out here processing pigs, he's right there at our feet and just lays down.
Yeah. If he decides he wants to try and taste something, we can just say, no, Blue, no.
And he just walks back over and lays down. Mm-hmm. I even handed him a piece of meat, and he walked over and dropped it and came back and sat down by me. And so I thought, well, what's up with that? I walked over and picked the meat up, and as long as I pulled it apart and fed it to him one bite at a time, he sat there and ate it so gently. But anyway, so I told you that to tell you this. He went to the doctor and had his manhood removed. And so, something traumatic like that happens to you, it's always nice to have a friend who's willing to sit and console you and keep you company. And y'all, it is the funniest thing. Man, I should have that picture on my phone, but I didn't see it. I guess I deleted it. But at night there's a pet carrier. You got 2 pet carriers on the deck that we took the gates off of them so nobody get trapped in there. And they've got blankets in there. And so Blue, Dottie sleeps in one, Blue sleeps in the other, but it's not just Blue. It's Blue and about 5 cats. Yeah. And no, it's not 5, it's 3. It's 3 cats. Yeah. It's that little gray one. That one's name is Little Sister. And they're buddies. And that we find them in similar positions that you just saw in that picture all the time. They love each other. Yeah. And but it's so funny. They on the cold nights they'll get up in that doghouse with Blue and snuggle up, and which is another sign in his favor. So our vet, who we trust implicitly, he was very impressed with Blue's demeanor while he had him in there, and Blue had every reason to be upset at him.
Yes.
And but Blue was very polite and was. Didn't show any signs of aggression, so we're happy with Blue, and he's a gorgeous dog, and he may end up. It looks like he's going to end up being a great pal to have around.
Yeah, he makes every step with me when I go out and feed and everything. He's always right there. He goes with Tommy too. So.
Yeah, whoever's walking around, out there, he wants to be right there. He follows me on my trek to feed the animals, and or Patty if she's doing it. There was a chicken out the other day, and I had to catch it, and he actually helped me, and with a little bit of herding, which his mom is a herding dog, and he never attacked the chicken. A couple days later, that same chicken, I think it was one of the black Australorps. I don't know if it was the same one, but it was a black Australorp. I heard some clucking and some stuff, and went outside, and the chicken was hunkered down in front of the house. And it was soaking wet with slobber, and I thought, oh no. But do you know, I went and picked that chicken up, and it was completely unharmed. It had not a scratch. So that's very encouraging, because his mama, Blue's mama, which was the second dog that joined in on the attack and got me here from the pack mentality. It was surprising, because we didn't think she would do that. Boy, if she got her hands on the chicken, it was over. Yeah. And so anyway, we were really, really pleased about that.
And Susan, I think you made a comment to me, but I don't really know what you're talking about. So I don't know if I forgot something. I was supposed to
try
say
again. Oh yeah, Patty wanted me to show you all this too.
Oh yeah, because at the last show we processed the pork and everything last weekend, and Tommy wanted a pork burger, so I made him a pork burger. This is him right after the show. I got up and cooked for him.
Yeah, that's right. Right after the show. That's exactly right. We got to thinking about it, and she put the thought in my head, and I was like, now I need a pork burger. And that face I'm making, that is not a grimace because it tastes bad
that does look kind of bad.
Or because I'm doing something I don't want to do. The problem is I still can't open my mouth real wide. And so it's work for me to get, I have to be careful eating sandwiches or anything thick like that. And my jaw just still doesn't have the same amount of mobility. It hurts over here. And then plus my fat lip, if I'm not careful, I'll push it in some. I'll push the sandwich in, and then I have to pull it back out a little bit so that I don't bite my lip, But Oh, pork burgers, man, that's a real hamburger, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why we call it a hamburger when it's made out of beef.
Yeah, that's true.
But pork burgers is a real hamburger, and I got news for you. You eat a hamburger made out of guinea hog, you'll never care if you throw rocks at cows.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. So good.
So good.
We've been eating quite a bit of pork this week, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Tomas said he wanted pork.
Did he say pork or pig?
Oh, he said pig.
He said pig. He wanted to eat some pig.
And I was like, good, because this is a child that don't much care for meat too much. So I made him some pig yesterday and some pig this morning. So,
and
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and Tomas was here. He wasn't here last Saturday, but he was here this Saturday when we were out there processing those pigs.
And we forgot to tell Guillermo and Chelsea that he was here when we.
I don't think it's necessary.
I didn't tell them that we were going to be processing.
I bet it don't even come up because what I was going to say is he wasn't traumatized. He paid no attention to it. And I love that because here's a 5-year-old little boy who has spent a lot of time with Monty and Pawpaw at the farm, and he knows where food comes from because he knew we were processing pig, and then later he wanted to eat some pig. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
well, he knew I think he asked Friday for pig, but that was before. But he knew we processed the weekend before.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
That's why he was asking for it. And so I think it's nice that he's so young and he understands where food comes from. And it wasn't a big fascination or anything. He saw some of it, but it was a normal, natural thing, a way of life to get our food. So. I was glad of that.
Yeah, no Mama Cat. The ring is still missing. The club, there were guys that came and spent a good all morning metal detecting, looking for it. We've got a video up about that.
Yeah.
And no luck so far. But you know what? That's okay. I mean, like I've said before, I know 3 things. Thing number 1, God knows where that ring is. Thing number 2, if He wants me to have it, I will. Thing number 3, if He doesn't want me to have it, I won't. So, I mean, I still look around, and I just told Patty, was it yesterday or today?
Today, yeah.
That we need to make another round in the van, in her vehicle, just to,
check it out again.
Both of us, Patty and I both probably think, especially Patty, because she's looked a lot, that ring ain't in there.
Well,
but one of the metal detective guys told a story that causes us to think, every 6 months we need to look through that car again because his family lost a watch inside of a car.
His wife's watch.
A watch, not a ring, a watch. And he searched and searched and searched and could not find that watch. And then weeks later,
he was
right?
he was vacuuming it,
Some weeks later, he was just vacuuming the car, and there it was in some kind of crack, and so...
You just never know.
Because of that story, we'll, every so often, we'll look again in there, and I don't think about it very much anymore. Every so often, I think about it, and I'd like to have it back, but,
Yeah. Mother of Many Horses says, watch it, Patty, you'll be cooking again after the show. No, we are so full because we went and ate for our kid's birthday. We're having our ice cream tonight, and that's it.
Yeah.
I think, huh?
Yeah.
That'd be good?
Well, they wanted to go. Our oldest daughter loves the Crazy Ninja, which is one of those hibachi kind of things. And you have to eat a 5-gallon bucket of rice. And,
and they serve it, as they get it ready, they put it on your plate so you're eating.
Yeah, so you got soup. Then a 5-gallon bucket of rice, a salad. Yeah, it's crazy. So we're all just like,
And we were really hungry, so we were just. I was gobbling.
It was good. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where you kind of hope scientists one day determine that MSG is like a miracle cure for something. Yeah. That's Carly Ann telling us she made it back to Starkville.
But Southern Lady 44 says that she was raised in a butcher shop. Half the time, and so you turned out just perfectly fine, didn't you? Because you know where your food comes from. So.
Yeah.
And barefoot,
By the way, Southern Lady 44 has offered to bring her knives over here, and but she don't want any pork. So
she's got to take pork too.
Well, you give her some eggs or something. But hey, well, it's not. I hear you, Susan. But he may not if he don't want me to have it. He knows where it is. But I've prayed about it, and it may be somebody pointed out to me in a private message that it may have been something that needed to be stripped away from me, and I'll buy that. It may be. I'm not saying that it is, but it could be. And I promise you this: I can live without it, and it doesn't make me cry that I don't have it. I really wanted it. I really wanted to find it for closure in relation to the event, but I don't think it's necessary anymore. I've really, God has been so good and merciful, and I'm out the other side already, almost completely. Now, it doesn't. I'll always have a few little recurring thoughts, but.
Excuse me, I have to interrupt you for a second. This is a question. At a red light, are you legally supposed to stop, or can you just yield?
At a red light?
Yeah.
You have to stop.
And then you can turn right.
Yeah, after a complete stop. And you can only do so if it's safely.
And my daughter has texted me this question. She better not have a ticket. And I told her the answer. And she says, Daddy, do you agree it's a great message?
Hey, you have to come to total cessation of movement is what complete stop means, by the way. All right, anyway.
She better not have a ticket.
Hey, Teresa.
Hey, Teresa. All right, I've gotten behind. I'm going to try and look at the chat.
All right, well, you look at the chat. Let me talk about something that I'm a little excited about. We, of course, you guys, I'm sure you probably know by now that we've been asked to present at the Homesteaders of America Conference. That's in October. Amy Fuel is getting that together in Virginia. And look at those faces on there. I mean, my goodness. So we've been asked to, I'm going to be presenting there. Patty will be assisting me, talking about when trauma strikes and how to survive the aftermath of a critical incident. You also probably have heard me mention on the live show that I'm going to be developing a series of YouTube videos to educate people in critical incident stress and strategies to work through it, what you can expect your body, your mind, your emotions, your spirit to deal with following a critical incident. And I'm going to do that, and I'm getting real close to starting. I've been kind of fleshing it out, And so I was recently contacted by Brad over at Full Spectrum Survival. There's an event in June in Alabama that he and Daniel from Go for Green Living are putting on, and we're going to be there. So we're going to be at that event. I believe Jared, J&J Agers is going to be there. I think Jason from Big Bear is going to be there.
He is.
And so we're going to be doing talking to people there about that. And go ahead, you have a thought on that?
Yeah, and I mean we're going to see Big Bear there, and we're also going to see him in Homesteaders.
Right, at the Homesteaders of America.
And so what I'm thinking, and that's in October, and then deer season will be opened up, and I will have learned how to tan hides real good by then, and then I can start making you deer skin clothes.
Yay! That's right. Then I'll just wear nothing but deer skin clothes.
I really want to learn how to tan, though.
Can you make a necktie out of that? Because sometimes I haven't had to wear
a jacket.
I'd love to have a vest.
Okay. All right. So.
Yeah.
That'll be my what I'll make. It's and then I can make sheaths for knives and stuff if I have my own stuff. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
That'd be cool.
That'd be great.
And my own holster.
And your own holster. So pistol packing Patty planting peas can do it with her personal pistol package.
Stop. You gotta stop that.
Pistol packing Patty with her personal pistol package planting peas or processing pigs. Anyway, can you believe we burned up 47 minutes already?
Yeah, I can. I know. And was it showed all of our pictures?
We showed all of our pictures, including the sideways one. Oh no, there's one more.
Yeah, I was going to show y'all.
Hey, before you do that, let me finish my thought on the critical incident stress thing. I'm really excited about this, and I've almost got this ready. I took a document that came from the Mississippi LEAPS organization, which is law enforcement something. I forgot. But it's a critical incident stress management group in Mississippi that serves law enforcement who have been through traumatic events. I took a handout, got their permission to rework it for civilians because if you look at the definition of a critical incident, it can apply to anybody. Nobody's immune. You don't have to be in law enforcement or military. Look at my face. It can happen on a farm. You can have a life-altering event on your farm.
That's right.
In the grocery store, in an airport, like our family did.
Yeah.
And so they gave me permission to use the basics and edit it around the edges to make it more applicable for the general public. And so I'm creating a PDF that I'm going to make available for free because I want everybody, as many people as possible, to get their hands on it.
That's right.
And so I just got to figure out the most efficient way to get that delivery done. And hopefully within the next few days I'll do that, and I'll post a video announcing it. So keep an eye out for that because I want all of y'all to have it for when your crisis comes, so you'll know what to expect in the aftermath. Okay? Keep an eye out.
That's right. That's exactly right. I done forgot.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Oh, Southern lady, 44, right?
Darlene.
She says she'll take eggs, and so that will be great. So we've got to plan that.
You got a deal.
We've got a few other people that want to come get some pigs, and they're getting smaller and smaller. We're being able to get our numbers down. Actually, it's been 10 in the last week that we've either sold or were slaughtered, so we're excited about that. All right, and Carl Ann said no, she was just arguing with somebody, and so she wanted to make sure she got prove her point. So.
she is her father's daughter. Well, I don't know. She's her mama's daughter too.
Yeah. Oh, I don't argue. You're the one that likes to debate.
That's right, dear.
But anyway,
Oh, and I have accepted the survival challenge of how to open a can in the wild. I'm not sure why you would have a can in the wild that you couldn't open, but that's another point. If you haven't seen Mr. Rain's video, they had a bumper crop from their canned corn tree this year. And so I was very impressed with that. I'd like to know how he fertilizes it. So anyway, I'm thinking of, creative methods to open the can. And so I'll be doing that eventually.
This is silly men. Now, I want to say something.
Go ahead. I'll be quiet.
We've missed a lot of our comments, so you need to scroll back through there
now. Wow.
But somebody asked me about when I said something about tanning hides, and I can't find it, if I was going to put it on something or put it in something, a tanning bed. I don't know if that was a joke or not.
No, that's a joke.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say I don't know yet. So I have to learn, but I'm willing to learn because I think that would just be so cool.
Little S, we kind of left the beard balm progress where it was, because we got sidetracked.
Yeah.
and
then he shaved the beard off.
So we'll pick back up on that sooner or later. I mean, I've got enough to last me for a while. And anyway. Yeah. How far did you want me to find something specifically?
No. I just didn't want to miss since we've got
I hope you do. I hope you do, Mama Cat. Hope you make
that's
it
one thing. Yeah,
please, to the one in Alabama, and
that would be great.
Holler. We'll try to have a selfie station set up so we can take selfies. Y'all.
And then y'all, it's so hard for me. It's so hard for me because I'm just terrible with names anyway. And then I see y'all screen names, and your name is not the same. And I know we're the same way because which I think I'm on here as Patty. Yeah.
Yeah, you're on here as Patty.
But like if I get on my computer, it says that I'm AldermanFarms. So I understand I'm doing it to people too. But it's like it's just like I'm already so bad with names.
Yeah.
Like Heidi at Rain. Her name is Heidi, and what is Mr. Rain's name?
Patrick.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yes.
That didn't even ring a bell. Anyway, but we call him Mr. and Miss Rain, and I know exactly who Tommy's talking about. He's got a niece called Heidi. So, anyway, but I just do have a few issues with. I'll be glad when I do get to meet some of y'all and put some faces with your names on
Mama
here.
Cat, they gave me the idea or the impression that the chances of my lip coming back to normal was 50-50. I don't have total loss of feeling because when I bite it, it hurts. and I'm experiencing these little things where, like, if best I could explain it, if you were to take a sewing needle and hold it in a flame of a Bic lighter and then go like this in different spots on my face, most of the time it's about like that too. It's like, and then it's gone. But there have been occasions in the last couple of weeks where it's like, and it's there for 30 minutes. But you know what? Hey, if that lasts the rest, I don't want it to. I prefer that to stop. But if it lasts the rest of my life, I'm good with it.
But from what we've been told, that should get better.
It should get better.
You know,
and
we
assume that that's from the nerves renegotiating themselves. And,
and everybody in the medical field has said that's all good signs, you know, that's happening. So
let me tell you this funny thing, though. If I drink cold water or any it doesn't even have to be cold water as long as it's not hot. If it's colder than the temperature of my mouth, if I drink it and then slosh it like this, and the water goes up on the inside of my lip right here, I feel the cold here on the outside of my lip.
He was just telling me that today. He was saying it's more sensitive on the inside, but then he realized it's actually cold on the outside. And Tim Beverly says that he will see us in Virginia. So that's great.
Awesome, Tim. That's so cool.
About that. That's great.
I'm very excited about that. Y'all, we have missed so many comments because we have been bumping our gums. Well, not we. I've been bumping my gums since we started, and we apologize for that. This is nerve-wracking trying to catch all these comments.
Let me tell you, Mama Cat said B6 would be good. She's got nerve endings that's messed up on her tongue, so you need to do that.
So if we've missed a comment that you really didn't want us to miss, we're not ignoring you.
No, we're not.
Please comment on this video once it's posted, because the chat's not there forever.
Yeah, it goes away after the show, so we can't, catch up with the comments here. So,
and we've only got 5 minutes.
We'd never want to miss your comments, because we do appreciate y'all so very much. We
really do. Okay, let's see. I had a friend who had his Achilles tendon severed. It looked like an alligator had bitten a chunk out of the back of his leg, and so when they put him back together, it was a big ordeal. But his heel on that leg was dead for 2 years, and then suddenly it woke up. And he kind of jokingly told me, "I wish I'd go back to sleep now because everything I step on it hurts." And I've had testimony from people online, similar things. Even people with facial stuff, that it was dead for a year and then suddenly it came back. And again, mine's not completely dead because it hurts when I bite it, and that's good news. But I can live with it, considering the alternative. I know how close I came to being dead. So
let's see. Freaky Geek 2 says, not important. Will you make a tanning bed to tan the hides?
I thought it was a joke. I misread that. I guess we'll have to talk to Big Bear about that. I don't know what that is. I thought you were making a joke about people who lay down in tanning beds with them awful looking little goggles on. And I thought you were making a pun. So I apologize, Freaky Geek. I don't know what that is.
And one thing I want to tell y'all too, Mama is coming out of the nursing home tomorrow. So that was one thing. I kind of did some different things this week that I might not, just kind of chilled out and everything this week. And so Mama's coming home tomorrow. I'm going to get her first thing in the morning.
She's doing so good, y'all.
She's even stronger coming home from the hospital this time than when she was last time.
Yeah, so. I'm not sure she was ready last time, but
her 100 days were up. So.
Yeah, but looking at her now, I mean, she's vigorous and all that.
Well, she had an infection last time.
Let's see. I believe that Ruthie said.
Oh, he said it is a joke. That's why it's not a part. Okay. Well, see, that shows you how much I know about tanning hides. I don't know anything. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ruthie.
Yeah, I'm saying. I hope it's Ruth E. So I'm saying Ruthie. Almost forget that it happened. Hard to believe it's true. That's other testimony. The doctor told me he had patients where it never came back, but even though it never came back, they forgot about it because our brains. God made our brains. He didn't say that, but I am. God made our brains. It's an amazing organ, and it finds ways to compensate so that you forget about it. So I'm not worried about that. And there was something else I wanted to grab on here. I hope I see it. Oh, Donna S. Yes, they did give me exercises to do.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
One of them is this. Another one is this. See how it's not... poked up.
I do it with him. I can do them.
And then the other one I'm not going to do because it still hurts a little bit to do it, but to do like Louis Armstrong playing the trumpet, you know, clench my lips and fully just as big as you can inflate. And so they did give me those exercises to do. All right, what else? Let's see. We are just south of Jackson, Mississippi. It's no secret because we're all over the internet. We're outside of Brookhaven, Mississippi, which is about 50 miles south of Jackson. Interstate 55 runs right through the city of Brookhaven. We're not in Brookhaven. We're outside. So, all right, it's got about 2 minutes to. I remember now what I wanted to say. I've got about 2 minutes, so don't forget now 1 minute to go over to Big Family Homestead when you leave us here. And they'll tell you where to go after that. Somebody had mentioned about the scars going away, you know, and I'm gonna tell you something. I hope you know me well enough to know that I'm telling you the truth when I say this. I hope they never go all the way away, because every time I look in the mirror and I see these scars, I'm reminded about the mercy of God. I'm reminded of the 100 things that had to happen that day for me to live, and they all did happen. I'm reminded about His goodness when I see these scars on my face. My precious grandson, Tomas, who I just love so much. He's so caring, and he's always asking me, 5 years old, how's your face, Papa? How's it feeling? Are you feeling all right? He told me one day, I wish your face was like mine, Papa. Oh. And he didn't mean because he didn't like looking at it. Look, he'll get his face right here. You know, and he's looking at them. So it's not that he doesn't like them. He was saying, I wish your skin was fresh like mine. And I had a chance to tell Tomas, baby, I don't want them to go away, because every time you, talking to Tomas, every time you see these scars, I want you to be reminded of how good God was to Papa that day. And so, you know what? I say that to you, our YouTube viewers. I hope my scars never go away, because every time you, our wonderful viewers, see my face, I want you to be reminded of the kindness and mercy of Christ. And if you've never been born again, He's got mercy you've never dreamed of. And I pray that you would reach out to Him and be born again, because you have to be born again to see the kingdom of God. It's just that, it's all there is to it. And so these scars that I have are to His glory. And that fits in with our little motto around here, that whether you eat or drink or whatever you do all to the glory of God. And so I pray that my scars can bring Him glory in my day-to-day life. And anytime we have a chance to speak to a group, I'm going to have a chance to brag on His mercy. Right. We love y'all and appreciate you being here. We're over our time. So go tell Brad and Krista we said hey, and tell them we sent you, and we'll see you next time.
Good night.